In this video, we are going to learn how to add mixed numbers. If I have 2 and 2/6 and I want to add 1 and 1/6, what would the total be? First of all, we're going to treat this like any other addition problem. When it's written horizontally, we usually rewrite it vertically so that it's easier to add. Let's see what this looks like with fraction bars. We have 2 wholes and 2/6 plus 1 whole and 1/6. Now don't forget that our wholes are actually made up of sixths. So we have 6/6, we have another 6/6, and the 2/6, and then here we also have 6/6. So one way to solve this is to just simply count up all of the sixth pieces. In fact, I could rewrite this problem. So we have 6/6 plus another 6/6, that's 12/6, 13/6, 14/6, plus 6/6 plus the 1/6. So now this is 14/6 plus 7/6. You can either add that mentally or you can count your pieces. I know that if this is 14/6, I can just keep counting on. So we have 15/6, 16/6, 17/6, 18/6, 19/6, 20/6, 21/6. So if you like using fraction bars because you like to see all of the pieces and you like to count all of the pieces, this is one way that you could solve this. It is a lot of work to get out all of the pieces, so most of the time we'll just set it up with the wholes. So we can go ahead and add together the wholes. We can add the 6 pieces. It doesn't really matter which one you do first. I can easily see that we've got 3 wholes, which makes sense because here we've got 2 wholes plus 1 whole, so that's our 3 wholes. And then we've got 1/6, 2/6 plus the 1/6, so we've got 3/6. So this is 3 and 3/6. Hopefully you recognize that 3/6 is also 1/2, so I can go ahead and change that to 3 and 1/2. Let's go ahead and do another one. Let's say we have 3 and 3/8 plus 3 and 3/8. So here's what that looks like. We've got 3 wholes and 3/8 and 3 wholes and 3/8. Now I could simply just count all my pieces like they are, or I can rearrange the fraction bars so that it looks like I've joined them together. So that would mean our wholes will go together in one group for a total, and then all of the 8th pieces will be added together. Okay, then it's really easy to see that we've got 3 plus 3, so we have our 6 wholes, and we have the 8th pieces. We had the 3/8 plus the 3/8, and that gives us 6/8. So our total is 6 and 6/8. Okay, let's go ahead and solve 4 and 2/4 plus 1 and 3/4. I'll go ahead and write it vertically. Let's set that up with fraction bars. Okay, so this is what it looks like. 4 wholes and 2/4 plus 1 whole and 3/4. I could swap out the wholes with 4/4, but that would be a lot of extra work. So I think I'll just add these amounts as mixed numbers. So if I add them together, my amount looks something like this. So I had the 4 wholes plus the 1 whole, so that was 5 wholes. And then I had the 2/4 plus the 3/4. So that's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4. And that's my answer, kind of. Do you notice anything about 5/4? Do you notice that that's an improper fraction? 4/4 is equal to a whole. So I could actually cross 5/4 out and say that 5/4 is equal to 1 1/4. So for my final answer, I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wholes, and then the 1/4 piece. Now that takes a little bit of practice, so let's go ahead and look at a few more examples. All right, here we have 2 wholes and the 8/10 plus the 2 wholes and the 5/10. So we can go ahead and combine these mixed numbers. Okay, so this is our total amount. We have 2 plus 2 is 4. And then we have 8/10 plus 5/10. So we know that 8 plus 5 is 13. So we have 4 13/10. Let's see if we did that right. We've got 4 wholes, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, 10/10, 11/10, 12/10, 13/10. Awesome. Now what do you notice about 13/10? Do you see how that's over a whole? This is an improper fraction, so we need to change 13/10 and show that it's enough pieces for 1 whole and 3/10. We can get another whole and show that. It's 1 whole and 3/10. So if we look at our final answer, we have the 4 plus the 1 wholes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wholes and 3/10. I'll go ahead and just write that right here. 5 wholes and 3/10. Now sometimes the mixed numbers that we're adding together will have a lot of wholes, like 6 4/5 plus 3 3/5. This might be more wholes than what you have in your sets. So when that happens, it's okay to just go ahead and add the 6 plus the 3 and know that you would have 9 wholes. So now we don't even need to worry about our wholes. We can just show the 4/5 plus the 3/5. If I add those together, we can easily see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/5, which is what we get over here, 9 7/5. We can see that 7/5 is an improper fraction, more than a whole. Seven fifths is really equal to 1 2/5. So my answer is the 9 wholes plus the 1 2/5. So the final answer is 10 wholes and 2/5. That's how you would solve a problem where your mixed numbers are so large that you don't have enough holes to really show what the answer is. So go ahead and work on your practice pages. You can use the fraction bars, or you may find that eventually you don't need them anymore. Use them if they help you, and be sure to check your answers with the answer key.